So tonight we have dinner.
We have dinner.
Yacht.
The yacht.
Last night I'm in New York City. Today I'm on this beautiful yacht in Miami.
We are at the kickoff for the Austin Film Festival.
25th anniversary, right?
Lake levels rose so quickly that a lot of people didn't have the time to prepare.
We're gonna have to make the adjustment.
We got to go check out the rest of Miami. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted. Welcome back to The American Dream. This week, we're taking you to a city that is synonymous with the American Dream. And to me, it's a little slice of paradise. You're gonna be seeing the best properties, the best restaurants, and you're gonna learn a thing or two along the way. We're going to Miami, and I couldn't be more thrilled to introduce you to who you're about to see next. He's everything you think of when you think Miami Beach, and for that reason, he's our guide to explore one of the most glamorous cities in America. Take it away.
Hey, sunshine.
Glenn, what's going on?
How was your trip?
It was amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, good. Good to see you.
How do you like South Point Park?
Oh, this is gorgeous. I could stay here all day.
All day? What do you mean all day?
Why would I leave?
We got to get out of here.
What am I going to go see? Well, I do want to eat some Cubano sandwiches, and really, I want to know what Miami is like.
Well, listen, Golden Girl, they have water in San Diego. We got to go check out the rest of Miami.
All right.
Ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
By the way, that's the Continuum.
Okay.
And that's the Portofino. So south of 5th, being one of the most wealthiest communities
Yes.
down here. It's got its own zip code. It's got its own school district. It's
I feel the affluence here.
time. Great restaurants. Smith & Walensky. You got Il Molino.
Yep.
Just great stuff.
Glenn, I feel like my sunnies are way
Your
too
what?
San Diego. My sunnies.
Sunnies.
Yeah.
What's a sunny?
Well, these sunglasses.
Oh, sunglasses.
Yeah, jeez. Don't you feel like these are a little too San Diego?
They're a little San Diego.
Okay, I think I need some. Do you have any that are more Miami?
I do have more Miami, actually.
I had a feeling you'd come in clutch with some extra sunglasses.
Wear them well.
Okay.
Be careful.
Are these?
Break them, you buy them.
What are these?
Versace's.
Versace?
Yeah, Versace. That's it.
Did you steal these off a celeb?
I did not. I bought them off a shelf.
Okay, so where are we right now?
So we are in Brickell. There was just actually a $14.3 million grant from the city that's going to clean this up underneath the railway from here. This is the Metro Rail.
Okay.
From here all the way back to the end of Brickell, which is literally only 14 blocks, but it's the most densely populated area down from New York City. The population is quadrupled in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So if you look
Miami's
at-
known as the Magic City because it's grown so much in the last 100 years.
This
right?
area, there was nothing. Every lot was vacant. There was nothing here.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Oh my God, it's a huge iguana crossing.
Crossing the road, watch out.
They have that in San Diego?
No, I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Get bit by sharks, but not an iguana.
Everybody respect them? Everyone?
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you gonna do, run it over?
No, you can't.
Bro, break your
all these
car
people
on that
from-
thing.
Okay, I feel like I'm officially
You're officially in Miami?
in the city, yeah.
You're in.
Before we go anywhere else, I'm so thirsty. Can we get a drink somewhere?
You know what the rule of Miami is, right? Stay hydrated.
The rule? Oh,
Stay
okay.
hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Right,
All right.
exactly.
Okay.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. We're at the Epic. Let's go grab that drink. I know you're thirsty.
I feel like this is the right place to be, and I'm so thirsty.
Leave your sunnies.
Give me my sunnies.
Leave your sunnies back there. All right, let's rock and roll. And this is like one of the top restaurants around.
Is it so sick that you have to have your sunglasses on?
Trying to be a wise guy.
Well, a little bit.
Hydrate this. 1942.
So what do you think of Glen Asher, right? Snazzy, fabulous. We are so thrilled to be partnered with such a force in Miami. Up next, we have a special treat. We're gonna check out modern-day Miami and blast ourselves into the past and explore a very significant home built by the maverick of Miami, Alfred Browning Parker. Check it out.
Amit,
How's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Oh, man.
Oh, you brought it.
I did. Great
Hey,
to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Man, I stopped reading books in college. What is this? What did you send me?
I'm glad you brought it actually. I didn't think you'd bring it, but I got to show you something. Come on.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about this place, and
Man.
hopefully it starts to make sense
Yeah.
with the book.
This property is
now-
amazing.
And look at this. The architect, this is one of the most famous architects.
Okay.
His name is Alfred Browning Parker. Have you ever heard of Frank Lloyd Wright?
Yes.
So he takes after him. He does so many things with a pretty much a local feel.
Sure.
And so
It does say Miami's Maverick Model.
right, exactly. So he's really good with that, with the architecture. People love these homes. Problem is, living in Miami with the sun and the views and everything, I don't have too many people looking at homes like this.
Sure.
That's why I send you the book, so maybe you can.
That makes sense. You know what? I glanced at it, but I want to know in person. Tell me about this property. I get a sense that it's this mid-century modern
Right.
with this grand outdoor area, but it's an extension of indoor. Tell me about the
Right,
property.
exactly. So you did read a bit, so that's
little
great.
bit.
That's great. And so with this property, basically there's lots of woods, lots of darks. So as far as the property, it looks like this inside.
Okay.
So it's pretty awesome like that. So one of my challenges as an agent was trying to get people to come here and to look at a property like this, because it doesn't have views, like I
Sure.
mentioned. So what we did is I flew in my videographer from California, all the way from California.
Hey.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't blame you.
This home probably had so many great memories in the past. And what we're doing is we're creating a story with memories
Sure.
like that. And we think we're gonna really totally kill it with the video. The kids are cute. We are so excited about it. And
Pull
we,
at the heartstrings a little bit, make it
yeah,
emotional.
you know, we gotta do what we gotta
Completely.
do. But I think in the end, someone is gonna love this house. And that's why I sent you the book.
I love these type of homes. It really is becoming a trend for people to revitalize a property, anywhere from Seattle to, of course, here in Miami, for
Right.
people to take these properties, put their own personal touches on it, and really keep some of that character and that history, because there's a lot, as you see in that book, that goes with it.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you're so excited about that, because that's the feeling I'm trying to get others to feel.
Just attached to the property.
Exactly.
100%.
Beautiful. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
Come on.
Alfred Browning Parker lived from 1916 to 2011, and he was a modernist architect who is one of the best-known post-World War II residential architects. He gained fame for his highly published modern houses in the region around Miami, Florida. Alfred Browning Parker designed well over 500 projects in his 60-year career. Most notable were his own homes, especially the homes he designed for himself on Royal Road and in Gables Estates. In 2008, the University of Florida announced the creation of the Alfred Browning Parker Architecture Archives Endowment to support and strengthen this effort to preserve the architectural history of Florida. You've seen that old, now you're gonna check out that new. People don't say new. It doesn't sound right. Hit it.
Welcome back to The American Dream. Well, now we're talking a little bit about what buyers and sellers can do to navigate the ever-changing interest rates. With my next two guests, I want to welcome onto the show Holly Dees. She is the broker and owner of HD Realty Team, and Penny Green. She's the Texas Regional Manager of Synergy One Lending. Ladies, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Penny, I actually want to start with you. Talk to me a little bit about where you see interest rates heading next year and what consumers can do about it.
Well, interest rates, as we are hearing it from Robert Kaplan, the Federal Reserve Chairman, we're going to see another rate hike of 0.25% at the end of the year, and then we'll possibly see as much as 3 rate hikes in 2019. So if you have money markets, savings accounts, that's great for you. If you're out buying a home, potentially you could have higher interest rates. So, you know, here at Synergy One, we try to do things that would mitigate that.
So, Holly, how will this affect your clients, prospective buyers and sellers? What are you telling them?
Well, jump now if you can. No, I'm just kidding. You know, we all knew it was coming. Rates could not stay as low as they have been forever. You know, we're going to have to make the adjustments, but Penny has some awesome products that can let you lock in a rate. You know, I mean, it's going to affect things, but we've got to get through it and we've got to work together.
Right.
So because of these rising interest rates and consumers potentially being priced out of the market, you know, you joked, Holly, by saying jump now, but isn't that possibly the reality of the situation? Look, you might want to get out there and really start actively looking.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, definitely. You know, one of the things we're seeing is the concern is being priced out of the market in that your interest rates are higher, so therefore you cannot buy as much of a home. Here, what we do is we offer extended locks for up to a year on FHA, VA, and conventional. So basically, we're able to kind of lock in that rate now while they're looking for a home. The most important thing is to get with an agent like Holly so that they can pinpoint exactly how much they can buy. And sometimes it can take a little while to find that perfect dream home. So we want them out there looking now while we have relatively low interest rates.
And how important is it to have to be aware of what you are pre-qualified for, just right off the get-go? And like you said, getting with a real estate professional right in the beginning, getting some advice before you really start to go out there and potentially fall in love with a dream home that you might not be able to afford.
Oh, I think it's extremely important.
Step one.
Yeah, and just
lender.
educating the consumer. I mean, we do a lot of that here at Synergy. That's kind of our main job, is really educating them on what products are available, what programs are available, what we can do to, if they're concerns when they come in, they say, I'm concerned about interest rates. Well, we can do this and that to mitigate that. Extended lock and shop programs, those are all coming out. Allows people to lock in the interest rate shop for a home. And those are things that we really encourage people to do, is just really get educated about first-time home buyers. Is that a product that's available for me? MCC credit allows people to have tax, withhold their employer to withhold less taxes, so therefore they qualify for more home. Those are all things that are going to, loan officers and lenders are going to really need to hone their skills on and know how to go out and offer those products for the average consumer.
And even this information that you're giving today, it's so helpful for our viewers that are watching it. Holly, before I let you go, if someone is out there and they are looking for a property right now, you have a fantastic listing. Tell me a little bit about this home.
It's a nice one. I'm super excited about it. It's located on the 16th hole of the UT, University of Texas golf course, which is located inside Steiner Ranch. It's a gated community. We're thinking we're going to price this one right under 1.3. It's big. It's 7 bedrooms, 7 baths, 4-car garage. 5570 is the square footage. The previous owner put about 1.75 into it. So it's got an outdoor, it's got obviously a pool, outdoor cabana with restroom, 2 kitchen areas, outdoor kitchen areas, fireplace, 800 square feet, game room with a bar, with a kegerator, huge media screen that pops out of the ceiling. It's nice. It's really, really nice. It's in a cul-de-sac. You know, I hope to maybe shoot live from that property in a couple of weeks. It's really, really beautiful, and I'm really excited about this listing.
If it's even available, then that property sounds fantastic. Ladies, thank you so much for being on with us and for your time today.
Thank you.
And we encourage you to stick around. We'll be right back with more of The American Dream.
This is
Doma in Wynwood. Just opened last week. Really hot spot.
Fine art, fine cuisine. They go hand in hand.
That's kind of what Miami's all about.
Yeah.
You know, the new Miami at least.
Yeah.
So what was Wynwood like a few years ago? What is it now?
Dude, this place was all industrial, no development. So Moisha Mana came in, bought out a ton of space, so that a lot of all the big developers, and they said, you know, this industry district could be transformed from warehouse to new and cool.
Yeah.
So Wynwood is kind of like the Williamsburg in New York, but not as grungy.
Okay.
It's got a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants, great food. So the chefs here are actually trained under a Michelin star chef, and they open their own restaurant.
Wow. Okay.
And like, it's small. Look, there's what, 20 tables?
Yeah, it's an intimate feeling, but it's also very trendy and warm.
That's it.
You can tell it. Whatever's about to come out of that kitchen is going to be good.
You normally don't see.
Yeah.
Hey, what is up, man? How are you? Pull over a chair. Grab a chair.
We're here to experience Miami. He's brought us to the best restaurant in town.
So I told him he's smart man. Because people can get more than just a restaurant. They can walk outside, they go in the gallery. I know a friend of mine, I think it's a mutual friend, went to the gallery and spent a lot of money and got some beautiful artwork,
How much is one of the pieces in there?
Actually, this artist is Rena, who's a French artist.
But you change it, right?
They change it.
Okay.
3 weeks they change it, so you can actually, the front of the building changes as well with it.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So
That's
they
pretty cool.
repaint the private property.
You know, Wynwood is totally different than any other neighborhood in Miami.
It
It's
feels
really
like it.
artsy.
Yes.
You know, you got the Wynwood walls, you have a ton of restaurants,
Yeah.
you got great food.
Got a lot of character. Just everybody tries something different. Yeah.
And that was what the inspiration behind this project. Because we're next to the railroad track,
Right.
the Florida East Coast Railroad. The project is actually called the Wynwood Track.
You know, moving to New York with a big business, came here, left it there, go back once in a while, went back and forth, and decided this is a better quality of life.
That's it, yeah.
Right? You know, if you could do it here and make it here and have your business here, life is great.
I mean, that place looked awesome. A restaurant built into the train tracks with its own gallery next door. Miami has got it going on. If you thought that was cool though, wait till you see what we have going on in your town.
Hello everybody, we are here in Austin, Texas on the American Dream Show. We are at the Driscoll Hotel. It's a haunted hotel, downtown Austin. We are at the kickoff for the Austin Film Festival. This is the film and food fundraiser. I think a lot of the money goes towards scholarships for those creative types.
Aspiring filmmakers, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have all kinds of things going on. I'm here with Craig Casselberry. He joined me on a previous show, and he is actually a screenwriter. Tell us about your experience here.
Well, it's always fantastic. This thing does kick off the festival, 25th anniversary, right? And it raises money for a great cause. There's so much energy. It's going to be a great 10 days. I'm glad to be back.
Lots of great things going on. Now this, we've talked about, it's more for writers. It celebrates, though, all creative types having to do with the film and television and 3D and, even gaming
audiovisual,
industries.
Yeah.
So all kinds of great things going on, lots of star power here. And next, we have the opportunity to interview Barbara Morgan, who was the founder of the Austin Film Festival. So join us upstairs. We are going up to the balcony. Anyone knows the Austin Film Festival, it's Barbara. She is the executive director, founder, been here since day one when I think, 4 people?
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about the history and how it's grown to be what it is today.
Well, we started in '94, and we actually did the first festival at Willie Nelson's old Austin Opera House, which is not there anymore. It was out, right downtown. And it was crazy. It was raining, just like today, literally, and the roof needed fixing, and the water was coming in. But nobody seemed to notice because we really lucked out. We had some incredible writers that came in the first year, writer of Chinatown. We had 5 Academy Award winning writers. And so it was kind of magic. We had all these Texas folks here. I think it's fitting that we're on this balcony because Ann Richards actually was really instrumental in the festival happening I was at a party with her film commissioner, her brand new film commissioner, at a friend's house here. And I said, why isn't there a film festival in Austin? And then I had another glass of wine, and then I said, I'm going to do a film festival in Austin. And she said, okay, Anne's been trying to get somebody to do that. So I thought, okay, well, maybe this is the time to do it. So, you know, it's wonderful that we're still around 25 years later. But I have to say, I did not think that first year, I didn't even think there would be a year 5, let alone a year 2.
And I think you're what about, is it 15,000 attendees approximately now, and it brings about $12 million into the Austin economy.
That's right, yep.
So we're so glad that you have that creative vision.
And we have a TV show called On Story on PBS stations around the U.S. and a radio show too. So we've really turned it into a lot more because it's easy to get bored. So.
Well, it's not going to be boring this week. A lot of events going on. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're very busy, but we're very happy to have you on the American Dream Show.
Thank you.
I am here with John Robison. He is the owner of New Republic Studios. Very influential, great asset to Austin here. So tell us a little bit about what you do. What's going on in the film world here?
Well, thank you for having me. My torso is getting more so I'm happy to be here at the food part of the Food and Film Festival, as we know. New Republic Studios is, we have a few hundred acres of beautiful land out between here and Bastrop, and we're just building, our whole purpose was to build a creative environment for filmmakers, and it's content and technology coming together. And we're just crazy enough to do it.
And we were talking a bit ago about the architecture of a film, just like the architecture of a home. So you look at the foundation first. And so kind of expound on that. When you're looking at something, what makes it a good script?
Well, writers are the architects of a film. People don't really realize the relationship. But the writer determines, just like an architect, what your house gonna look like. Is it modern? Is it Spanish? Is it, what is the style? Is it a Texas ranch house?
Are you gonna make money on it?
Yes, and then the next thing you look at, when you're a writer puts together, and you look at the quality like you would the quality of the architecture. But a businessman like me, and in the production and in the studio ownership end, looks at it as, how are we gonna market this script? And how are we gonna sell it? And where are we gonna sell it? And that's what I look at. Just like a real estate developer might look at land, or a writer, or a architect, or someone looking at the home might look at it and say, well, I want that lot with those. It's the same ecosystem.
Some of the big movies, so we've got, one of them is, I'm excited, is Julia Roberts. Ben is Back as the movie, tearjerker. I've heard there's some Oscar nods towards that one.
Yep.
Hugh Jackman,
Yes.
That one's called The Front Runner. It is the story of Gary Hart.
Yes.
And Willie Nelson. How can we forget Willie Nelson? Austin Night. I've heard that movie was filmed. What was the name of that one?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just look it up, but it's here in Austin, and it was filmed in the Hill Country, and it just so happens to be by my Willie Nelson's Tierra Vista development with all my lots in it. So it's beautiful, and now the lakes are really full, so the views are even better. There's so much going on. It ends on November 1st, Halloween. They've got things going on. Get your tickets, come and support the fun, watch some great movies, laugh, cry. We are excited to share it with you.
Yeah, and me too. Good to be with you.
Well, and he's a winner.
week.
He's a past winner of the screenplay.
Well,
so.
yeah, what can I say?
So I've got a good host here.
It was pretty cool.
All right, well, back to the studio.
Welcome back to the American Dream. My next guests are Autumn Lapaglia, owner and broker of Legacy Austin Realty, and Gretchen Vance. She is a Lakeway resident and volunteer. Ladies, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
So, Autumn, I want to begin by talking with you. Explain to me a little bit about what is going on right now in Central Texas. I know that there's been some historic flooding happening in the Austin area. How are things looking right now in the community?
Well, our lake levels are just crazy right now. As Austin residents and Central Texas residents, we love our lakes. They're a huge part of our culture, a huge part of our economy, and a huge resource for us that's really important. These lake levels rose so quickly that a lot of people didn't have the time to properly prepare. So now we're looking at homes and communities and businesses that are just devastated, and a lot of them still completely underwater. To give some perspective, Lake Travis is considered at full capacity at 681 feet above sea level. Now, we're usually in a drought, so even getting to 681 is a huge deal for us. But the lake levels actually rose up to 704 feet, which is the highest that it's been in 21 years. So it's just a lot for the city. It's overwhelming for everybody. Even these businesses and these homes that are underwater, it's going to be with lake levels lowering as they are, and they're slowly but surely coming down. It's going to be a long time before they're even above water to start thinking about the process of rebuilding and what that looks like. At the same time, we get our water from these lakes. So because of all the debris and the dirt that's in the lakes from flooding and from opening the dams, our filtration systems are having a really hard time keeping up with producing enough clean water and clean enough water for everybody to drink. So this actually forced the city of Austin into a citywide mandatory boil water notice, which, as you can imagine, caused a lot of discomfort and a lot of inconvenience, a little bit of panic in the city with everybody trying to get bottles of water at the grocery store, schools making sure they have clean water for all the students to drink every day. It's just a lot. So there are very few people in Central Texas who have not been affected by some way, in some way by these floods.
Absolutely incredible and devastating. Gretchen, now you're a small business owner, you're a resident of the Lake Travis area, and I understand that you're actually organizing a supply drive to help with local flood relief. Can you tell us a little bit about your role in the Lake Travis community and how people can participate in the relief drive?
Yes, absolutely. So we have started a flood relief drive through Lakeway Broadcast, which is a Facebook page of approximately 5,000 members, and we have sent out a list that FEMA has deemed an adequate list for flood relief: bleach, cleaners, things to that magnitude. That list is published on our Facebook page. We do have businesses in the area. We own Electric Avenue Acro, which is an acrobatics and tumbling facility. We are a drop-off site for that flood relief drive, as is MacArthur's. It's a restaurant in the heart of Lake Travis, and Hops and Thyme, also a restaurant in Lake Travis. And Trent Chastain, who owns Hops and Thyme, his house right now is underwater, so he's very directly connected to this relief drive. We have 2 city council members that are running for city council, Lewis and Wendy, who are actively participating in the drive as well. And so they're also helping us collect donations. But people can drop their donations off at MacArthur's, Hops and Thyme, Electric Avenue Acro, or O'Neill's Pool Supply. And we will, once we can assess who needs these things, right now these homes are still underwater. We have restaurants that are only viewable by the rooftop, so this water level needs to come down. We're at 700 feet today, but most of these started flooding in the 690 range, so we have quite a ways to go before we can assess if these things are even repairable or if it's just going to be a tear down and rebuild.
Oh, it's just incredible. So much damage with these floods. Autumn, what do you expect in the weeks to come, and how can the community continue to offer their support and assistance to those that have been affected?
So there are a lot of questions about what's to come. Our entire lake system operates in a very complex Highland Lake system that has several lakes and many dams that all affect what's going to happen next. If we get rain in different parts of the state, if we get rain in different parts of our city, it can have very drastic results one way or the other. Right now, we're really hoping that the levels continue to come down. We need them to, and we're supposed to have some sunshine to help with that. But it's going to be a process. And I think the biggest thing that we can do, because we don't know exactly what people need right now, is just to be a source of support for our community. You know, when these restaurants start opening and the businesses start opening again after they're able to rebuild, we need to be out there supporting them. We need to be having dinners and lunches at these our favorite lakeside restaurants, so that hopefully we can get back eventually to the fun and thriving lake life that we're used to in Austin.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for your time today and just for really highlighting the devastation that's going on and actively trying to do something about it. We really appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, nothing is promised tomorrow, so it's all about living in the moment today.
to me is all about freedom. Here I am, I'm from New York City. Last night I'm in New York City. Today I'm on this beautiful yacht in Miami because I have the freedom of choice to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I chose that a long time ago, that I wanted to live a life with no boundaries. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm supporting the show.
It's all about living in a beautiful city, doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, with the people you love, and just having the time of your life every single day.
I love the American Dream because it's a different angle on getting in touch with some of the real estate, some of the people, some of the communities, and not necessarily just solely based on some sort of a reality TV show and following characters. It's more about what's real in front of you and the subject matter at hand and the community, really, and the surroundings.
When I first heard about the American Dream, I thought to myself, that's basically what I've been living. I got here 18 years ago, and I was lucky enough to get on that track of living the American Dream, which is come with nothing and make something of myself. So that attracted me to the concept. After I learned more about it, I actually understood that it was about, positive message of what you can do and what real estate and other things can mean to people. So yeah, it's all good.
Being able to provide the best possible life and legacy for my children and for my family, living a life of ease and comfort. And I think I've persevered and had a lot of tenacity throughout mine in order to create something, and to live here is like a dream.
It's all about working hard, doing what you want, and being happy with it.
Glen, why didn't you take me on that boat, buddy? I've got my white blazer. I mean, these guys are living the American dream for sure. If you think you have a great story for the American dream that tells a story of both real estate and entrepreneurship, we would love to have it on our show. And until then, dream on and dream big.
Okay.
The Cuban lunch today in Old World, Miami.
I thought that was tomorrow.
Okay, is that the taco
That's
place?
tomorrow,
Perfect.
correct.